So we're filling the tank. A lot of times they can fill right through the top because it's just quick and easy. It depends what their supply tank is. We do have the fill port on the side that can be used. So it's just what is most convenient for the customer. In this case, because we're putting in water, I've lifted up the bag breaker on top of the tank. So we're just putting water in to fill it up so we can do our calibration and our testing on it. If you come up on the other side and look inside the tank, you can see where the staggered paddles are set up. So this right here is the bag breaker. Let me flip it down a little bit. You can see there's right in the center is the spikes are sticking up. So we have sand we're adding to the material. Just drop the bag on there, splits it in half, you pick it up, easy to dump the material in. Now inside there are 3 sets of paddles, and they are staggered placement. Because if material sets in the tank for a long weekend or some reason and it gets a little stiff on them, we want to be able to break it loose. And so the paddles are staggered, so there's only certain length of material paddle that's in the material at any given time. So it makes it a lot easier to break it loose when things go wrong and we've got material that's been set in the tank a little bit too much. And so these paddles will, again, rotate either direction for mixing, adding in our ingredients, whether it's latex or any sort of fast curing ingredients we're adding to it, or aggregates, all of those things, so we can really mix it in and get it in suspension. And then the other side is just our slow agitation, just to keep those heavy solids evenly dispersed throughout the material. We're getting close to our fill spot. Now, while we're doing this, I'm going to show you, we have a dipstick. Now these washers are at 20-gallon increments. We can easily set this in the spot. When we're doing this, we always want to make sure that we're measuring as flat and level a surface as we can, and we can measure how much material's in here. We wanted to validate the computer settings to physical settings. This is a good way of doing it. We can measure the width of distance that we sprayed and the length of distance by the volume of material that we put down, and we can easily determine what the application rate is. So here we're coming up on, the tank's getting pretty full, so we want to stop it before it gets there. So let's go ahead and shut it down, please. Thank you, sir. There you go, we're a little over. When we do our first calibration, then we'll run some of that material down. That's fine. So when you're dipping the tank, you want to make sure that you're running from a basic level. Thank you, sir. Yeah.